Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Well, hope y'all have been staying warm. It's been quite frosty here. No snow or anything, no ice, just a cold front that blew through. Been in the teens here in the DFW, North Texas area. And to me, it's great. But, you know, cold weather got me thinking. Always got to be prepared for the colder weather, because that normally means, you know, rolling blackouts, and then you're obviously, if you throw in snow and stuff in there and ice, there's definitely going to be possibly power outages and stuff. So how can you prepare for yourself, your family, your home, for those type of situations? So I've got something here. We're going to get to it. So stay tuned. Alright, so my friends over at Northern Tool sent this out to me. This is a Power Horse 2500i inverter generator. 1800 watts, 10.5 hour runtime, 62 decibels, 80 cc CO2 monitor built in, parallel ready design, 2-year limited warranty. So they sent this over to me to test out here this winter, and we're gonna open this thing up and take a look at it, break it down, see what it's all about. Now, with generators, I have one from Harbor Freight. That is the Predator one. It's a little bit smaller unit that we keep here just in case for emergencies. You know, power outages, anything can happen. Or, you know, we're out camping. We don't have any power for our travel trailer, so we will bring that along. So that way if we need to run that and power up our appliances, lights and stuff like that, we'll have that with us. But again, so this is a little bit bigger unit. We're gonna open it up and take a look at it. All right, handy dandy snap-on utility knife. Comes packaged very well. All right, got some work instructions, a little warning label for a button coin battery. Up top here, got a funnel, most likely for oil. Got a little tool pouch here. So you got the wrench. What else we got in here? A little screwdriver. Okay. We'll set all this stuff to the side over here. Make sure there's nothing else. Alright, just cardboard first. And we got the unit itself here. Alright, nothing else inside the box. Just the plastic that wrapped around it, some foam. Packaged up very nice and neatly there. Got some thick cardboard on the bottom. That way it arrives safely. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on the tool cart here, and we'll take a look at it together. Alright, so I saw the little overview of it. Now again, this is the Power Horse 2500i. So let's go over some of the features, and I'll read off right here so that way I don't misinterpret anything or miss anything. So 1800 watts, rated up to 2500 max. Max runtime is 10.5 hours. That's at quarter load. 62 decibels at quarter load. 80 cc engine. CO2 monitor, parallel ready design. Comes with a 2-year limited warranty. Okay. So maximum efficiency, safe operation, carbon monoxide detector, clean electricity, produces less than 3% total harmonic distortion, runs cooler, lasts longer, 100% copper wound generator head, U.S. Forest Service qualified spark arrestor, allows for safer use in parks and forests. So you guys out there camping, you're going out there, you know, pulling your travel trailer and stuff, or your RV, motorhome, or whatever, you need a generator. This is a good option for you. Okay. So as far as the fuel tank itself, 1.18 gallons in this thing. That's how much it holds. As you can see here, this is where you'll put your fuel at, right here up top. And then on, off. All right, guys, so just had to confirm it real quick. So engine oil is 10W30 4-cycle engine oil. So you can pick that up from Northern Tool. It's about $8 a quart or whatever. As far as the capacity itself, it takes about 0.42, about or half or whatever, pretty close to it, but 0.42. As far as the fuel itself, just unleaded regular gasoline. Now, if you're going to store it long term, obviously you need to use some kind of stabilizer. Let me grab that so that way you can see. Now, this is what I use here at the house in my garage. Stable storage, and then you can treat up to, with one of these 8 fluid ounces, up to 20 gallons or whatever. You just read on the back, you'll see how much you can mix in. I normally store 5-gallon containers with fuel. As far as my generators and stuff go, I always empty it out before, once the season's over, if I know I'm not going to use it. Engine oil, same thing with my other generator. I'll change it out beforehand, and then I'll store it. But I'll drain all the fuel out, and then I'll run it until it just completely dies out, and that'll help. And make sure when the fuel that you have in there that you're running, I always keep the stabilizer in that fuel. Any fuel mix I have, I keep stabilizer in it, so that way if it's running through any of the products or the machinery and tools and stuff, it's in those lines. It kind of helps it keep from varnishing up. So anyways, back to this. Engine oil here, so 4-cycle, 10W30. Fuel here. Now, as far as what I mentioned on the cap earlier, so if you're starting this thing up, you'll flip it to the on, and this is just to vent the gas from the fuel tank. And then once you've completely let it cool down from running, you'll just flip it back to off, and then you're done with that. Now, obviously, I have to go pick up some oil for this, so I'm not going to run it today. We'll do a separate video on that, but I just want to kind of show y'all the overview of it, and then we'll do a test run. So once you get it on, you have some indicator lights up here. Your different modes, standard, economy, and max, depending on what you need to power up. And then you flip this up, you've got 2 outlets here, 3-prong, okay? And then you've got a 120 volt AC line here, plug there. And then your parallel operations outlets, so there's those. Neutral floating button, spot here where you can put a line there. And then you're on, you're off, run, and choke mode right here. Okay, pretty standard features for a generator. All right, so now as far as pricing point goes, this unit here itself, the 2500i, goes for $549. Now, if you look at a comparable one for, let's say, at Harbor Freight, for their Predator one, it's about $599, and that's only a 2,000 watt unit. And then if you go, like, say, Home Depot and you get a Ryobi, that's about $599 for a 2300 watt. This one here, 2500 watt, $549, a little bit less as far as budget wise. But as far as the power, this is going to be plenty enough for the general home use. You know, you're not going to be running, you know, air compressors and stuff like that for a shop, or for the construction guys running, you know, nail guns and other power tools and stuff like that. But this is more or less for, like I said in the beginning of the video, you've got a power outage at the house, you got some main appliances like the deep freezer or the fridge. You don't want your food to spoil, or you need to power some small, charge up your phones and run up maybe a small heater or something, this is going to be more than capable enough of doing something like that. It's a small investment for something where, as opposed to, let's say if you had a power outage, whether it's in the summer or the winter, you've got a ton of food in your fridge. You got, good meat in the freezer that you don't want to spoil. And all of a sudden you don't have no way to power that stuff, and all that food goes to waste. And, now you're having to obviously throw away all that food. Whereas opposed to if you had something like this, it's not like it's a one-time investment where you're going to, as you go through the different seasons year over year, you're going to be able to have a peace of mind to, have a way to take care of stuff like that, those situations like that. So it's always a good thing to have one in the house. Doesn't matter. Now, obviously, if, you're going to run this outside, you're not going to run it inside. But no matter if you're in an apartment, townhome, house, duplex, a regular house, a single family home or whatever, you're going to put this outside, run your power line to whatever appliance you need to, and, get the job done. Same thing as the portability of it. Now, the one thing I like about these units is that it's able to be carried. So as you can see here, obviously it's got some weight to it, but this is something that my wife and kids are going to be able to use. Now they'll probably have to, team lift it or whatever, but I always leave these on the ground anyways. So again, when I have this in my garage, it's always going to be on the floor. It's never going to be up high anywhere to where they're going to have they're going to struggle getting to it. It's always going to be somewhere near the garage door. So that way they just lift it up, take it outside, run the power line to whatever they need to, into the house or whatever. But they'll be able to start it up, okay? And then we'll do a separate video of that, of the actual unit running and how to get everything prepared so that way we can run it. But again, Power Horse 2500i. These are going to be your screws to unbolt it, and that way you can do your maintenance on it. So we'll do a separate video of that as well too. But again, I just want to do an overview of this. So if you're in the market right now, I know it's still in the tail end of winter. We're still getting those polar vortexes. We're still getting those cold weather spells. So definitely recommend having something like this in your home at all times. So that way, it's always better to be safe than let something happen, right? So again, I appreciate y'all watching. So like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, just leave them below. I always try to answer all the comments and questions as quick as I can. Again, Northern Tool sent this to me so that way we can test it out. So there's going to be a video here shortly. I'm going to go run and grab some oil for it. And then we'll get it going, but I'll do a separate video on that. Do some videos on maintenance. They've got a ton of things on the instructions that came in there. I read through a little bit, and they're very thorough. So, and one thing I like about Northern Tool is, one, the price point. They definitely got some quality stuff there. They're not very known as far as the big box stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, and stuff like that, because there's not a lot of footprint of them in most general metropolitans. I know we got one Northern Tool near us, but they're very active on social media. I always have a great time reaching out to them and discussing stuff, tools and stuff like that. And they're very proactive on making sure that their customers are well taken care of, even with leaving reviews and stuff. So that's one thing I appreciate about them. But again, I'm always going to give an honest review. I've always mentioned that in my channel. I don't do a lot of stuff like this. When people try to send me out tools, I always have people on my Instagram that try to reach out to me. And I tell them I'm very upfront about things. And if I don't like it and I don't see the quality in it, I'm going to say it. So if you're not okay with that, don't send it to me. So I do the same thing with Northern Tool. And they're okay with that. So, and they want their honest feedback because they want to make sure that the product that they're selling is meeting up to the standards of the consumers, which is you and me, right? So again, and with me, like the last set I had from them was the impact wrench, the die grinder, and the grease gun. lost my brain cells there for a second, from Clutch. And I ended up passing those. I used those tools. I did the reviews on them. I had great reviews on it because I truly enjoyed using them. And I passed it on to a young man that's going into trade school. So, you know, he's going to be able to use those tools now. So, you know, I was fortunate enough to get it from Northern Tool, and I wanted to make sure I did the same thing for another person that's coming into the trade. So that way they had tools and they didn't have to, you know, spend money on it. So that felt good for me, and that was awesome, you know, great for the young man that I helped out as well too. So again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna do a review on this soon, of it up and running. We're gonna compare it to that Predator over there and see what we think about them. But I know that's a little unit, so it's not apples to apples. But again, we're gonna see how well this thing goes. All right, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all take care, stay wrenching, stay blessed.